Welcome back out to Denmark Drone Park. We are here to test out a compass calibration update with a developer and the iVue RC app. The update's actually in the iVue RC app. Developer is just the drone that we're using to actually verify the update works as it should, or if it doesn't, take that back to the lab or Mohit's laptop and come back out here next time with it working, at least or hopefully better than it is working today, if not in an ideal state, which, it's just going to be flawless today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, totally.
Well, let's go ahead and set out the developer. We already have the radio that we're using, the MLRS telemetry radio, plugged into the laptop. So we'll just go ahead and plug the developer. And actually, no, we'll leave the props because we'll do the compass calibration, right? Yep.
Got it.
So used to actually, setting developer out to go fly. Who would want to do that, right? And so that's been the whole sort of design ethos, if you will, behind the iVue RC app, just making it as easy as possible to fly developer. But when you can't fly developer, oftentimes due to a compass calibration, you have to switch over to QGroundControl or even worse, Mission Planner to perform the compass calibration. And we're trying to make it so you don't have to leave the app. You can do the compass calibration in iVue RC directly. So we're using a development version, as you can see here via the URL bar. We're going to make it full screen though. Connect. STM32 is the radio we're using. No satellites.
Nope, 7.
7 satellites, all right. And then we have to go to the wrench. Do we have like an official name for that? I guess if I hovered over it. Calibrate drone hardware. So look at that.
Yes.
Compass. And let me...
The UI is
drop it like it's hot.
So the UI is not where we want it to be yet. Right now it's still very rudimentary, but now it's actually functional, unlike the last time we
theoretically we're about to actually verify,
theoretically speaking,
that we get a good compass calibration. So let me move my bike, my electric aluminum alloy horse, and you'll start the calibration when I cue you. It'll be an audible cue, and we'll see how she goes. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, da, da. All right, hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
I click start?
Yep, and beyond Mohit telling me he hit start, at least in this configuration
25?
of the developer, it also gives you an audible beep, which you probably heard through my microphone.
90? Complete.
Nice.
And since we didn't click accept, we are now, oh wait. All right. So what you would do next is you would click accept here.
Yep.
Right. And if we go to the term, and then, yes, and then afterwards.
Hold on, so the terminal, there we go.
Yes. And then, yeah, so compass calibrated requires reboot, and then afterwards you click on reboot.
Oh, I guess while we're at it, a side note, squirrel moment, if you will. I was last flying this developer yesterday with our jewel of a guest, if you will, and we found out that the geofence was not working properly, but the geofence is working properly as set in the iVue RC app. We just did not have geofencing enabled as a parameter on board the developer. It's since been enabled. Don't think we'll test that out today, but did just want to make a note to those viewers that watched yesterday's video.
All right. So as you can see, we did reboot it, even though iVue RC did say that it failed to reboot. Again, the drone and its own information and its own sounds are a better determination of that than even iVue RC itself.
At this moment.
At this moment. So You would typically click start, you would rotate the drone again and again and again, and then after it's fully completed, you would get these RMS.
And by rotating it again and again and again, we actually have some animations which will be part of the UI showing you the, ideally, you know, what will be the most optimal way to rotate the develop air for a compass calibration.
Right, what he said. And as you can see, after you are done with all the movements of the drone for the calibration, it will generate values 15 and 26. These values, the lower they are, the better your compasses are, right? And with both of these are pretty low values. 15 and 26 are very good. So that means that your compasses will be good for whenever you decide to fly your drone with iVue Robot Control. We will eventually put a status bar. So that means green, yellow, and red. Where red, we do not recommend you fly it. Yellow, we will warn you. Yeah, it's questionable.
Proceed at your own risk.
And then green, everything is good
Send
to go.
it.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's go ahead and do we want to verify the compass calibration is a good one, maybe in QGroundControl, or do we just want to send it? And
send it.
All right. Well, why did I even ask? I thought I was the guy to typically, you know, do what's not necessarily
Well, you know more about the
advised.
hardware than me, and also better at marketing and stuff. So, yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Loiter, and just in case there is something that's going wrong. Oh, you know, it'd help to have props, you know, that helps develop air fly. And now that we're not doing a compass calibration, I don't have to worry about the bike interfering with the compass, so. Away! Whee! I think it's still, did you ever hit accept, Mohit?
Yes, I believe so. Hold on.
Because it sounds like it's still in a compass calibration phase, so. Now,
go ahead and rotate it again and again and again. Yeah, oh, I think we started another one by mistake.
okay. That's why we're testing here, folks.
So let's go ahead and click on cancel here.
All right. Yep. And
yeah.
we're no longer in the compass calibration phase, so
right.
We'll see how well that last one works. So it may be a haywire flight. Let's hope we're not the second drone to catch fire in the drone park today, at least that we witnessed. All right. Back to the drone menu with the new shortcut.
Yes.
And the gamepad's still connected.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's launch it.
All right, it's in guided mode. And if you scroll down click that arrow, yeah.
Vehicle breaching Polygon fence.
Oh, so I believe there's a fence that's still set.
Yeah, so I have the geofence set up from, again, prior testing. And let's zoom in. Let's expand the geofence. Ideally, I would set it so it can't breach these trees. Let's see. Breach and hit these trees. All right.
And then,
So geofence is now set up properly, or should be. Arm and fly.
oh, compass calibration. So apparently when you cancel a compass calibration, it still requires a reboot. So let's go ahead and reboot it. And that's very simple. We go here, we click on reboot. There we go, and as you can see, it's rebooted.
Oh my goodness, and a real-time update to show it's rebooting, and so you don't have to worry if it's gonna reconnect or not.
All right, and position should, yeah, there we go. 32 satellites, how amazing.
A great number of satellites. All right. Take 3, third time's the charm. Need position estimate. Need position estimate.
Click on arm and then fly drone.
All right, I think now we're using GPS, so I think the GPS home has been acquired.
There we go.
So it's probably not the greatest compass calibration,
But it significantly improved from last time.
clearly enough to hold its position. Now, given this is a pretty good GPS unit that has I think a better than normal compass. However, you saw when it took off, it like rotated a little bit, and I think that's to realign the compass, where a better calibrated compass would not as often anyways like do that sort of realignment on takeoff.
So again, more information and better a better menu will be made soon.
Yeah, and for like you nerdy engineer developer folks, Gerardo as well as Sinan, a couple guys on the team, also want to see the actual values reported for the compass calibration. I don't really think that makes a whole lot of sense, but kind of like through the terminal window it's shown now, or actually through the mod kits, I think this would kind of be the best way. If you want to adjust the values through like advanced settings, maybe we'll have some way to view like those values for the compass calibration, but not by default, because most people just want to fly. They don't care about any of that.
Right.
All right, I think that's all we need to do. So I'm going to put this developer into loiter flight mode to minimize the walk back out there. Although I guess it would be a bike ride, so I'm gypping myself of a bike ride. Now, because, you know, I'm the big brain genius that I am, I'm going to unnecessarily risk this developer demo model trying to land it on its case. Oh, look at that, the geofence, it's preventing me from doing something that I shouldn't be doing anyway.
Yeah!
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for this darn geofence. All you Scooby-Doo fans out there. So I guess I'm not gypping myself of a bike ride, and therefore I'm gonna really send it out.
Send it towards Brian.
Yeah, I'll have it, no. Brian already doesn't like me enough as is. I don't need to give him more reason to not like me. And that's the far end of the geofence, I think.
I see. So geofencing does work. It's gonna be way better later, but it works.
Yeah. I don't know if that's really above, you know, flat ground, but we'll find out. And so to kind of minimize the landing error, I'll have iVue RC do the landing, and away I go to recover developer. And away! Riders on the storm. Do, 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 do. I got myself one of them developed air drones. Yeehaw! Now I just need to have develop air with a camera follow me around the drone park on the e-bike. And then I can really mix work with pleasure. Combo for success. All right, I think that's it for this video. If you have any comments or questions, you know where to leave them. Otherwise, peace.
Bye, everyone.